What's up guys, Konsento here, and check out this new patch that hit just today, May 28th. Along with some much needed bug fixes and improvements, they introduced 3 new block parts, all curved inner prism and tetra parts. Alright, if you check down here, it says masses of the curved versions is the same as the angular versions due to optimizations in armor density and these new curve shapes. And so you don't have to compromise efficiency for curves. Now this is one of the things that I was mainly concerned about when I saw these curves being in first development, because I just didn't want to see, I didn't want bots to either be stronger or even weaker just because of the shape was different, or like how damage is dealt to them, like when you shoot at them, just because they have like a little bit more of a bump on the curve, like the curved tetra versus the normal tetra. It's a little bit more there's more part to it, I guess, and making them a lot easier to hit. They should be almost exactly the same. Alright guys, if you check out the new tree here on the left side, you're gonna see all the new round shapes. You're gonna have 3 new ones for each side, the inner, the prism, and the tetra, all the way up to the TX. One thing I've noticed that the TX versions have the same weight as their T10 versions. If you see here, mass 5, but over here the TX versions has a lot less weight than their T10 versions. So you have 2 mass and you have 10 mass here. The TX ones, the original angular shapes, we're gonna now call them, is equal to the T1 cubes, the white cubes. They're equal to that, so their mass is very light, and these are actually very heavy. So I'm not sure if they meant to do it like this, or if these just been wrong the entire time. So we'll see if they catch on to this and how they're going to change it. Will they change it to these will be light, just like their original predecessors, or will these be increased in mass because they weren't supposed to be like this in the first place? That might change a lot of people's builds, and frankly, I think they all need to be heavy. They should possibly even be heavier, because when you're riding around in the Mega, you're gonna be using a lot of TX cubes. Some builds use a lot of TX cubes, and they're just super light. And especially with the Mega wheels, they're able to hold a lot of mass, and those things just fly around and they can flip easy, or they just feel less controllable. I feel like if you have a Mega, you should feel kind of like this hulking mass of just awesomeness. I don't know, just a little bit slower. You shouldn't be going 280 miles an hour on overclock 4 as a Mega. Now when I first saw screenshots of this, I had mixed feelings about it. I'm like, I don't really think they should bring curved parts to Robocraft, because they're kind of changed the overall feeling about it. But through some thought and thinking, you have to realize that as long as it doesn't change the gameplay, then it won't hurt at all. So in the comments below, just let me know how you feel about these Robocurves. Do you like them? Do you hate them? Were you excited as soon as you open up the game? And is your bots from now on only going to be using these parts, or are you just going to use half and half? I don't know. Just let me know what you're going to do. Me personally, I may find myself maybe using just a couple pieces of some of my bots, but at the same time I have an overwhelming amount of normal chassis cubes already, the square ones, and I'd rather just use those, and I'm more used to them. But yeah, that's just how I feel. I know this is kind of a step away from what I normally do, talking about patches and things like that. I know the last time I did this was when the meta first was introduced, and now I'm not doing another one until just now in the Robocurves. But I think a Robocurve is one of those patches that was going to cause such a big controversy within the game and things like that, and something I've always felt like when I first started seeing it in development, I had a big opinion on it, and I just wanted to get my opinion out to you guys. Thanks for plugging in. Later.
Learn from this like relentless. Temporary hidden meal, bring back the sequel. Gotta make room for what's now to come. What we gotta do is build momentum. If you need the right tools, invent them. Ride the wave of time, can't feel the rhythm. The march to the future's begun, get with it. The rain is